Hello everyone, my name is Catherine Booth and I'd like to welcome you today to my presentation on sustainable packaging. First of all, I would like to start with just explaining why we are here today. I would like to introduce the concept of sustainable design and tell you what's possible and how to achieve that. And hopefully at the end of the presentation you will have more of a feeling on how to become a sustainable packager yourself. So first let's start with a definition of what is sustainable packaging. That is the development and use of packaging which results in improved sustainability. Well, that sounds pretty sensible to me. So let's take this one step further and see. It means really two different things. One is increasing the life cycle of the inventory of the product packaging itself. That can mean reusing the packaging, giving it a different purpose, or having it on a longer shelf life or coffee table life. Secondly, it means reducing the environmental impact and ecological footprint during the packaging process. So this affects the whole of the supply chain, which we will look at in a little while. There are three main areas of relevance for sustainable packaging, and that is environmental, economic and social. So who is it out there that cares? Well, there's a lot of people out there that are busy caring right now. There are government bodies, there's the health and safety, energy and water, transport department have a whole division allocated to efficiencies, and the International Standards Organization work underneath the government to certify companies and organizations that practice best practices and put these policies into place. The industry self-regulates. We have the Packaging Council of Australia who work to minimise environmental impacts of disposal. They work to conserve resources both in design and in production, and they work for efficient collection and recycling of packaging products and materials. The Food and Groceries Council of Australia work with the whole supply chain to improve efficiencies, to implement policies and to improve best practices. They work and lobby with the government to engage them at all levels of this process. And we have our own best practices. We have the Graphic Design Association, the Australian Graphic Design Association, which helps educate us. So we can become trained graphic designers, and anyone who is trained within Australia is also trained in the methods of sustainable packaging. I will talk you through a case study with the Balcony chocolate oranges in a moment. But first let me just take you quickly through the who and how of sustainable packaging. Who does it apply? Who does it apply to? Well, as with most things, sustainable packaging does start from the very top of the food chain, and as the client, that is you. So our direction to you is assume responsibility, be proud of it. Tell the world that you are being a sustainable packager. They will love you for it. Work with graphic designers who are accredited graphic designers. They practice what they preach. They can educate you and guide you through careful choices. They can create clever designs that eliminate any waste, and they can design for long life products and packaging, and they can do it on a multi-level tier. Also work with somebody who is well organized and plans in advance, because this in itself can reduce costs and it can eliminate a lot of waste. Printers and suppliers, make sure your graphic designer and you both work with printers and suppliers who offer recycled products, who offer sustainable wood source papers, who offer chemical-free and tree-free products that use vegetable inks, and who practice energy and water efficiency themselves. And lastly, look at your logistics companies. Those transporters and suppliers, are they local? Do they have to come from far away? Make sure you employ local people, and this will again enhance your sustainable packaging benefits. So let's take a look at two packaging products. The first one is what we consider a sustainable packet. This is Butterfingers Pure Shortbread Biscuits. The size of the biscuit is not at all dissimilar to the size of the box. It fits very snugly inside, it's very form-fitting. The biscuits themselves are housed in a recyclable plastic tray, and as you can see from the outside printing on the box, it has, I think it has been printed with vegetable dyes because the colours are very muted. They've only used 2 colours plus black as the printing, and they have glued the 3 sides to keep it closed. An example of unsustainable packaging design is our Balcony Choco Orange cakes, which we will take a look at just now. So, Balcony Choco Orange, the manufacturer is Balcony, they're imported by Bon Foods, and the brand name is Choco Orange. It weighs 350 grams, and inside each one is 10 individually wrapped Choco Orange cakes. So there's 4 layers of packaging here. There's the inside cardboard tray that houses the cake, and that is housed by a plastic bag. The plastic bags are then housed, all 10 plastic bags are then housed inside a paper tray, and the paper tray is housed inside this polypropylene full color printed hot glue bag. The full color is also printed on the inside of the cakes as well. So this would be considered an unsustainable packaging example. Even though the plastic and the paper is recycled, there is excessive use of layers. There is an excessive use of full color ink, and there is an excessive use of cardboard. The outside of the bag itself is quite baggy. There's room for form fitting as well. So let's stay with this bad boy and see if we can change his ways, shall we? First of all, we are going to take him apart, and we are going to take out the yummy cake. We don't need the contents, by the way, so if anybody would like to eat them, please feel free, pass them around. We are going to eliminate first paper tray. Then we are going to eliminate the individual plastic bag. We're going to take it out of the packet, and we're going to eliminate the large paper tray. And then we are going to change the plastic bag into a paper bag that is form-fitting. And we are going to, which is this finished product here. As you can see, it's much smaller, it's very form-fitting, it is the size of the cake themselves. You can see there's very little room inside. Sorry, I'm just licking my fingers. And inside the box itself, we have got a plastic bag containing all 10 cakes. As you can see, it fits the box very nicely. There is no need for glue other than the one long side. So the cost efficiencies of doing this are, you've got environment, go right back to where we started at the beginning, 3 main areas of concern, and that is the environmental benefits. It reduces landfill, it reduces pollution, and it reduces energy consumption. The second area, which is economic, is cost efficiencies. It reduces production costs, it reduces transportation costs, and it increases the number of products you can have on your shelves in the same amount of space that you have been allocated by the supermarket chains. And there is also the increase of goodwill, which is a significant, untangible but significant addition to your cost efficiencies. And then there's the social aspect, the marketing. There is a big, strong change from glamour marketing at the moment to environmental conscious products. And this is particularly relevant in first world countries like ourselves in Australia, where the more conscious consumer is becoming a more powerful consumer. So I would just like to leave you with one lasting thought. Can anybody guess what the size difference is between these two? Well, I would like to leave you with one number in your mind, and that is 45%. There is 45% less rubbish, 45% less glue and ink used. There is 45% more product on the same shelf space. You have 45% more product in your cartons. You've got 45% improvement on transport costs, and 45%, ladies and gentlemen, all for the cost of 6 hours of a graphic designer's work. Thank you all for listening today, and I wish you a good day. Bye-bye.